We're better than the British Library to be celebrating our 10th birthday, and we're really grateful for your support. And to Jeanette, of course, for so incredibly kindly giving her time to give the lecture tonight. And we couldn't have tonight's party without our party sponsors. And they are Axiel, Bertram, Bing, John Lang, Nielsen, Overdrive, Public Library Online, the Publishers Association, Salvo Print, and Unbound. So many of you, thank you, all of you, and to all our funders here. You know how very heartened we are by your support. So 10 years ago, I was standing here, I think it may have been at this very same lectern, launching the Reading Agency. So it feels quite extraordinary to be back here again 10 years on. The idea started at my kitchen table with fellow founders Debbie Hicks and Anne Sarag, and we were freelancers then, working with some really amazing librarians who were as alarmed as us that in a wealthy country with free education, so many lives were still being blighted by literacy problems. We were then, and we very much still are, driven by our mission, which is to give everyone an equal chance in life by helping people to become enthusiastic readers. Because if you struggle with reading, you just can't participate fully in social, economic, cultural or political life. You just don't have an equal chance. So we set out to experiment with new ways to get people reading. Practical, fun, social activities to inspire enjoyment and inspire confidence. And we put our bank balances and loads of energy round that kitchen table into getting some national experiments off the ground. And we put libraries at the very, very heart of our methodology, because the public library is surely absolutely key in ensuring equal access to reading. Martin Malloy of Derbyshire Libraries was our first chair. Very good to have him here tonight. We were supported by some amazing authors right from the start: Jacqueline Wilson, Mallory Blackman, Mike Rosen, Kate Moss, and many more. And crucially, the money the Arts Council and the Library Association gave us start-up funding. Today, we focus on helping people who need extra support to become readers: children in their formative years, disadvantaged young people, and adults with poor literacy skills. And we equip librarians, teachers, prison staff, college tutors with practical tools and training so that they can reach out and inspire people to read through activities like reading challenges, reading groups, and author events. And amazingly, we now reach roughly 1 million people every year. And research shows that our programmes increase people's reading range, their motivation, their confidence, and their skills. And I'd love just to take a few minutes to share some of the things we're proudest of from the last decade. So the Summer Reading Challenge was our very first good idea, and it's now run by wonderful librarians in 98% of UK libraries. This summer, roughly 750,000 primary-age children took part, reading 6 books and getting a medal at the end. The challenge was part of the London 2012 Olympics Festival, and it trended on Twitter. There's a kind of simple magic about this programme. It has an ability to totally transform children's reading attitudes and behaviours. And every year, it now accounts for 20% of the children's books borrowed from libraries, and gets 55,000 new children joining the library. We've also been supporting libraries in a new drive to involve teenagers in disadvantaged areas through a programme called My Voice, giving them real power to shape what happens in their library. They put on events, digital and physical, that they want their local library to have. The programme gets many more young people in the community reading and using the library. And this year, we're just getting the figures in, it looks like 4,500 young people helped run the Summer Reading Challenge, inspiring younger children to read and gaining brilliant skills along the way for themselves. So I'm going to ask Lewis Howell to come up and tell us about it, with Catherine Bolton.
Thanks, Miranda. Well, my main reason for being here this evening is actually to tell you that I recently passed my driving test, so... only joking, but I would like to use the metaphor of driving as I speak to you this evening. I joined the Slip Road of the Reading Agency when I first volunteered to be a part of the Summer Reading Challenge in 2010 in my local library. I had to build up some serious speed in order to be able to match the enthusiastic and honestly quite refreshing children who I would see when they came into the library. I mean, it's not easy to work with them sometimes, but to be honest, I was so happy to be a part of it, and although my main role was just to support them in the process of reading their 6 books, once I started to build up speed and I hit 5th gear, I knew that I was capable of doing so much more. I mean, from helping them to read, to getting them rewards for their progress, and signing new people up to the programme, I knew that I was indicating that a life of regular reading was definitely the lane to be in. It was a truly invaluable experience, and I must commend the Reading Agency for the programme, because I mean, I've seen it make a huge difference to children who possibly aren't encouraged to read at home or literally just don't have books. So for that reason alone, I think we should give it a little ripple, to be honest. Since that summer, I've moved into the fast lane. Hold for laughter. And I've actually gone on to do further volunteering with different local youth projects. I did a speech at the House of Commons for the Reading Challenge launch last year, and I've also gone on to work with one of the sponsors, John Lang, who you saw earlier, and I'm currently employed part-time with the National Council for Voluntary Youth Services working youth participation. But anyway, I must stop now, because I can see the sign for my exit. Junction 9, for the next road to success.
I did a speech with Lewis in Lewisham Library where he was being a volunteer, and I thought, right, that guy. So our Adult Literacy 6-book challenge started with Hull Libraries in 2008, and so far 71,000 adults have signed up to do it. And I'm going to ask Kath Morgan to tell us a little more.
I recently retired from Bolton College as a basic skills tutor, but I've done the 6-book challenge there since 2008, and I'll still be doing it next year even though I've finished there, because I've actually gone back as a volunteer. I've used the 6-book challenge in my classes since it began in 2008, and the slide that you can see shows some of my students from last year. I'd just like to tell you about one of them, called Gillian, who's on the front right as you're looking at the slide. Gillian started with me last September in one of my literacy classes. She'll be 50 next week, but since she left school she hadn't done any studying at all, and she hadn't read books since she left school. She was really lacking in confidence, no self-esteem at all. But she decided that she would give the 6-book challenge a go after I explained what it was all about. It actually took her 6 weeks to read her first book, but the sense of achievement she got when she did that and the pride was fantastic. And then she went on to read more books. And by the time she'd read the 6th book, she was actually reading at least a book a week. Because of this, she actually spoke at our presentation night in June. And it was absolutely fantastic and amazing to sort of see how her confidence had grown. I really find it very hard to actually express in words just what this achievement has meant to Gillian. But one of the most moving things came just after the college had finished in the summer, when her mum died very suddenly. And because of the way her confidence had been raised by speaking and doing the challenge, she was actually able to write and deliver a speech at her mum's funeral, something that she could never ever have thought of doing before. The Reading Agency, with its really inspired materials, books, databases, research and expert backup, makes transformations like this possible. And I can't recommend it highly enough.
Thank you, Kath and Lewis. We're now the leading charity working with libraries spread reading. And I'm really delighted to welcome some fantastic librarians here tonight. We're passionate about libraries' democratising role. I'm proud to be working with the Society of Chief Librarians, the Arts Council and other library organisations on strategy, research, training and advocacy. We also connect partners from the BBC to the 2UC to libraries to build better opportunities for people to become readers. We've developed a crucial alliance with the publishing community and partner 40 of the country's leading publishers and fellow book world charities, and I feel very privileged to welcome tonight more CEOs than I have time to name, and a wonderful bunch of literary agents. With your support, we're inspiring people in every community to read more. Through this work together, we are now launching our Ambassador Initiative. Here they are, and I'm thrilled to have with us tonight Adele Parks, Akala, and Edie Campbell, and more of those in a little while. Plus, a truly starry host of other stunning authors and illustrators. So many of you have been speaking recently for the principle of democratic access to reading, and we're really honoured to have you with us tonight. Can't imagine a world without your writing. Tonight is my chance to say the most huge, enormous thank you. So many of you here in your different ways have helped us change many lives. So what next? What now? There's a very, very big job to be done. We're a divided society. There are those of us who read and adore it. There are those of us who don't and can't, with really dire social consequences. In England alone, 5 million working age people have poor literacy skills, as does half the prison population, and tragically only 40% of our young people enjoy reading. All those blighted lives, we desperately need to blow those statistics right out of the water. So we have big ambitions to help more people. We've been doing our sums, and we reckon that since 2002, we have, with our library and other community partners, created 7 million reading opportunities for people to get involved in compelling activities like reading challenges and reading groups. We know we're going to be working in really turbulent conditions, but the need is great, and we still aim to greatly expand our reach. We hope to create 10 million more opportunities by 2017, to expand our work with libraries and to begin working in new places like museums and hospitals and with partners in our new home Freeword. We'll be doing our very, very best to help librarians and library users get beyond this age of austerity. We all know how extremely tough it is in some places, but we'll be helping libraries to work collectively to maximise what money is available by sharing resources and ideas and creating efficiencies of scale. There's huge potential for libraries to strengthen their role as social community hubs for reading and to become an even stronger force for social change. We'll help them to develop new digital skills and compelling new digital reading experiences through our National Library programmes, and watch this space for the amazing book sorter for children and parents. We'll also be helping libraries create a whole new powerful army of young people like Lewis who have a big say in what the future library service should be like. To finish, I want to share our excitement about our new work on reading and health, which aims to bring reading's healing benefits to the 4 million people with anxiety and depression. And I'm really delighted to welcome here tonight new partners from the Department of Health and the Royal College of Psychiatrists. We'll be working with them and the Society of Chief Librarians to pilot a new era books on prescription with GPs and to roll out our Mood Boosting Books initiative, in which thousands of readers recommend mood uplifting books. So we've got our running shoes on, we're ready for our next decade. We're determined to find new ways to help everybody have an equal chance to become a reader. Please help us fight for a fairer society in which everyone has the chance to love reading, because everything changes when we read. Thank you.